On this episode, I'm going to share the resources I've compiled specifically for you to help you thrive during the COVID-19 era. Let's get it.
This is the Maverick Show, where you'll meet today's most interesting real estate investors, entrepreneurs, and world travelers, and learn the strategies and tactics they use to succeed. And now, here's your host, Matt Bowles.
Hey everybody, it's Matt Bowles. Welcome to the Maverick Show. I'm going to do a special episode for you today, and I just want to start off by sending a message of love and support to all of you who are really struggling right now. The Maverick Show is listened to in over 130 countries around the world, and different people are being impacted by the pandemic in different ways. And I know that many of you have either lost someone close to you or are dealing with serious illness and health challenges, either yourself directly or with a friend and family member right now. And I know that others of you are really struggling with financial hardship and uncertainty right now. And still others are struggling with mental and emotional health right now. So I see you, I feel you, and I just want to start off this episode by sending you love and support. We are all in this together. This will eventually pass, and we will eventually get through this together. I know it's challenging right now, though. In the U.S., we currently have over 900,000 confirmed cases. That is a 50% increase from last week when I recorded the episode, and we had about 600,000. And we have had over 50,000 deaths in the U.S. in less than 2 months. And I also want to take this opportunity to give a huge shout out to all of the frontline workers, everybody in the medical and healthcare space, everyone working to prepare food and deliver groceries, deliver packages, all the people on the front lines that are putting themselves in very dangerous positions to help the rest of us. Huge shout out to your bravery and huge appreciation for your service. Thank you sincerely. What I've been trying to do with the show is to provide you as much value at this particular time as possible. And I'll continue to do that. And in this episode, I am super excited to share with you that I have just launched a brand new page on the Maverick Show website with specific resources to help you during the COVID-19 era that I've spent weeks compiling for you to help you not just survive, but thrive during the pandemic. And I'm going to talk through a bunch of those on this episode, but that page is now up and live on the Maverick Show website. And you can see all of those resources and links by going to themaverickshow.com/resources, and everything will be right there for you. Okay, so let's jump into it. I should start off by saying that I'm drinking a really nice glass of red wine tonight. Normally, I share a bottle of wine with the person that I'm interviewing. Of course, during the COVID-19 era, all the interviews have been virtual. So with a number of my guests, I've been doing a virtual glass of wine, and I've also been having virtual wine parties through Zoom with friends of mine and all that good stuff. So tonight, as I record this solo episode, I am drinking a glass of, it's a really nice red wine from the Piedmont region of Italy, in the very, very northwestern part of Italy, right near the border with France. And it's just really a spectacular wine. I will link it up in the show notes if you guys are interested in that. So let's dive into the COVID-19 era resources. First off, if you have missed any of the last 5 episodes of The Maverick Show, I would highly encourage you to go listen to them right away, because they are all specific tactical episodes that went into great detail on a range of COVID-19 era techniques to help you thrive during this time. Episode 77 was emergency work from home techniques for everyone and remote transition tips for business leaders with Allie Green. Episode 78 was how to virtually contribute your skills to make a positive impact from anywhere with Sean Tierney. Awesome episode, folks. You can learn how that you can, even if you have no money to donate right now because you're in a tight financial situation, you can still contribute your skills from your house virtually to make a huge positive impact in the world. And by doing so, just going through that process, lift your own spirits by working with other people virtually and actually affecting positive change in the world. It can be an incredible emotional boost for you. So that's episode 78. Now, episode 79 is finding remote work and making money online using the skills you already have with Kristen Wilson. So if you are right now out of a job and looking for remote work, or you have some, but you're looking to supplement, this episode goes into how to find remote work now. It also separately goes into making money online using the skills that you already have, okay? Monetizing what you already know how to do really well. And we talk through that in this episode number 79. And then episode 80 is for business owners and entrepreneurs or people looking to start businesses, okay? It's called Virtual Business Leadership, Adjusting or Pivoting Under Quarantine, and Why Now is the Best Time to Start a Company with Liam Martin. So if you own a business and you're impacted by COVID-19, this is a really high value episode for you. And then episode number 81, how to become hyper-productive and solve problems in chaotic times with Arthur Worsley, is going to be a super valuable episode for everybody. And that's actually a great segue into this resources page that I put together for you on the Maverick Show website. So again, the page is themaverickshow.com/resources. And I've broken it down by categories into sections, okay? So the first section is actually resources from Arthur, okay? It's called How to Be Hyperproductive During Chaotic and Uncertain Times. And he has a number of incredible free resources. We talk about a lot of them in that episode, but I also link to them here on the resources page, including a free, completely free productivity training on how to become a productivity powerhouse. He has an incredible amount of free stuff on his site that you can use and you can access. And then I'm actually using this opportunity to go through his paid course, which is his flagship 42-day productivity masterclass, which has been completely incredible. And he has offered you a 33% discount if you want to do that course with me. You can do it, but there is a whole bunch of free content as well if you don't want to pay for stuff. Just tons of high value stuff there in that productivity section. Okay. Now, the next section, and I'm going to go through these different categories because some of them are going to apply to certain people and some of them will apply to other people. Okay. That's why I've broken them into these categories. So you can scroll through and see where you are, what your needs are, and then just jump into the stuff that's relevant to you. But the next section is how to design the next phase of your dream life while under quarantine. Okay, using this period as a planning phase for the next era of your life, the post-COVID-19 era of your life, right? Now is the time to do the planning. And one of the resources I featured here is the Virtual Lifestyle Incubator Program, which is offered by my podcast guest, Jonathan Kalin from Unsettled. It was back in episode 73 where I interviewed Jonathan and we spoke about this. But basically, his company offers this lifestyle incubator program that walks you through auditing yourself, envisioning your ideal career and your dream lifestyle in the post-COVID-19 era, and then creating an achievable action plan with a timeline and accountability mechanisms to achieve it. It's completely virtual. So now is the perfect opportunity to do that planning so you're ready to execute and knock it out and live that life in the post-COVID-19 era. Now, the next section is about how to make money online with your existing skills, right? So I just mentioned the episode with Kristen Wilson. If you want to go deeper than her episode, she also offers a one-on-one mentorship program. Okay, so it's a totally online course and individualized mentorship program where she personally teaches you how to create income online with your skills. She consults with you personally and helps you develop your own customized business plan based on your personal skills. Okay. And then she can hold you accountable and help you with the execution. So she offers an entire mentorship program. And then Johnny F.D., who's also a 2-time guest of the Maverick Show, has a course called Income Boss. And if you've listened to Johnny's episodes, you know that he has been able to make over $200,000 a year online by creating multiple streams of income. And this is his flagship course where he breaks down exactly how he created those streams of income and how he makes over $200,000 a year online. So I have a link to that as well. Now, if you are a business owner already, there is a section here on how to adapt your business to being fully remote. Okay. Many businesses were not remote first companies, and they were thrust and forced to be fully remote during this COVID-19 era. So I compiled some resources for businesses that are now forced to operate fully remote. Okay. So one of them is where to hire completely virtual and pre-vetted staff people, assistants, specialists in different areas, and so forth. Okay. And Maverick Show guest Nathan Hirsch, who is the founder of FreeUp, and you may have heard his episode. We link up to the FreeUp platform, and he offers you a discount as well here, which we have linked up, special discount code, if you want to try hiring pre-vetted virtual staff assistants or specialists. We have the link for where you can do that. And then how to manage your remote team and optimize everyone's productivity. So Liam Martin, who's been a multiple 2-time guest on the Maverick Show, is the co-founder of Time Doctor. And his company, Time Doctor, has surged in business during this period because it's a software that helps to optimize the productivity of remote employees, including newly remote employees. Okay. So many companies consider this a quintessential tool in their remote transition. And we have a link up there for you to try it completely for free. Okay. And see if that would be a good fit for you. And then boosting morale and bonding between your remote team at this time. Okay. So Eddie Rich, who you may know from the Maverick Show as well, guest on the show, his company Lodo is offering virtual yoga and meditation classes that your entire staff can do together during the pandemic. Okay. So he's offering a discount on those. And it's a group activity that can both, raise the spirits of the group and also be a collective sort of team bonding experience you can still do in a virtual environment. Okay. So there's a whole section there on adapting your business to being fully remote if you run a business. Now, if you are not a business owner or an entrepreneur, but maybe instead you would like to start freelancing from home, Maverick Show guest Danielle Thompson, who makes a multiple 6-figure income through freelancing, and by the way, she's still in her 20s, she offers a 15-day program that shows you exactly how she does it, okay, and how you can do it as well. So she teaches you the business skills that you can use to freelance using your existing expertise. And that's a 15-day program that she goes through with you. And then the next category is how to launch your own podcast from under quarantine. If you have been thinking about launching your own podcast, you maybe listen to the Maverick Show, you listen to some other podcasts, and you've been thinking perhaps that this would be the time for you to launch your own podcast. There's a section here on how to do that. I recorded an entire episode on exactly how we produced the Maverick Show. That was episode 67. It was a whole behind the scenes episode. I take you through step by step what we do. And then there's also a link here to see all of the vendors, all of the services, all of the equipment that I use and, to produce the Maverick Show. And there's a link to every single thing. So that's all here on that page as well. If you're interested in using the quarantine as an opportunity to launch your own podcast, I'd encourage you to do it because people are listening to podcasts at incredible rates and looking for good content. So let your voice be heard. Now, the next section is called How to Optimize Your Mindset During the Pandemic. This is super, super important, especially as this goes on longer and longer, okay? So you remember Maverick Show guest Gavin Dantes, who basically turned his life around and built a $3 million business in 12 months? Well, he is offering you 50% off of his Limitless Masterclass. And this is his course that teaches you the breakthrough techniques he developed on how to hack your own mind to remove limiting beliefs and self-doubt, and then install new mental programs and take powerful action towards your dream life starting today. So these are the techniques that he used and that he developed. And it's a pretty inexpensive course, especially at 50% off if you're interested in checking that out. And then I'm also putting up here this book by two-time Maverick Show guest Sarah Gregg. She just published it in 2020 this year. It's called Find Your Flow, the simple and life-changing practice for a happier you. Now, if you heard Sarah's episode, you heard a little bit about what the book is going to be, what the premise is, but basically she explains that flow is an optimal mental state that you can control, create, and experience every day. And once you learn to master flow, your happiness will flow quickly and effortlessly as you use strategies to gain control over your life, focus on what matters most, and motivate action towards your goals and dreams. So this book, she goes through 4 steps that you can apply in your own life in literally just a few minutes a day. Okay, so we're linking up to that in this section as well. Now, the next big category that's super, super important for the COVID-19 era is how to work out and stay fit, okay, without a gym, right? And a lot of people are confined in very small spaces and they can't even jog outdoors because they live in a really, really crowded city and they're maybe confined to a super small apartment, okay? Even in those situations, there are ways to get full body workouts and remain really, really healthy, even if you're literally on lockdown in a studio apartment. Okay. And we have those here. So first of all, your Maverick Show guest, Erin Young, who is the founder of Arena Strength, she's seen a massive spike in demand for her product during the pandemic. So these are women's resistant bands that are guaranteed never to roll or break. They come with an instruction program and you can see results with these things in like 15 minutes a day. It's incredible. So we have a link there so you can check that out. And then Sean Tierney, who is a 3-time Maverick Show guest, and I know that he uses this because I travel the world with him a good bit. He uses the TRX suspension trainer, and we have a link to it here. But this is, an incredibly tiny thing that does not take up space at all, and you can hook it up wherever you are. If you're outside, if you're in your apartment, wherever it is that you have space to exercise, you can hook up this suspension trainer and get an incredible full body workout. And then, it compacts back down into a tiny, tiny ball that takes up very, very little space. So we're going to link up to those things there in the section as well. And then, of course, it's super, super important to reframe the time that we're staying at home as an opportunity to learn, develop new skills, learn new languages, all of that kind of stuff, and really use it as an opportunity for personal growth, skill development, and learning whatever it is that you want to learn. So we are putting a few things down here in the section on that. First of all, you remember Maverick Show guest Lydia Makova. She's a self-taught polyglot that speaks 8 languages fluently, okay? She has a course on how to learn any language, including languages that she doesn't speak, literally any language in the world, okay? Incredibly highly reviewed course. She is now offering you a 50% discount on it. and teaches you exactly how she learns to speak a new language fluently and retain it every 2 years. Okay. So she's now up to 8 and she just continues to learn new language, get it to fluency and retain them all, even if she doesn't speak them for like a year or two. I mean, it's amazing. It's an incredible technique. And her course is now half off on how to do that. It's a great time to learn languages during the quarantine. Another course is Mei Ling Lai's course, who has been on the show a couple times as well, on how to multiply your reading speed with no comprehension loss. Okay, now Mei Ling reads at 2,400 words per minute with no comprehension loss. That is 10 times faster than the average college-educated adult. So the time it would take a regular college-educated person to read a book, Mei Ling can literally read 10 books in the same period of time without any comprehension loss, okay? There is no skimming involved with this technique, okay? Her course is called The 7 Skills of Speed Reading, and she breaks down exactly how she does her speed reading into 7 core skills, shows you what they are, shows you how to practice and develop them. Skimming is not part of this, and shows you how to substantially multiply your reading speed without any comprehension loss. So that course is linked up here as well. And then we're also including a link where you can get a couple free books from Audible. Those are audiobooks you can get from Audible. So we've got a link there for that. And then we did a section on resources for your kids during the pandemic. I know a lot of you are homeschooling, you have kids at home, or even if they're taking online classroom instruction, they are still home a lot more than they normally would be because they can't do their after-school activities and all that kind of stuff. So we put a couple of resources for your kids here. The first one, and this is an amazing announcement, and a lot of people still haven't heard about this, Audible has announced that it is making its children's books completely free to stream. So you can just go on Audible through this link that we have and stream for free. I don't know how many, what the total number is, but it's enormous. Whatever children's books you and your kids want to read. So we have that link for how to get the free children's audiobooks. And then another awesome free resource for your kids. We have a link here for how to watch free live streams of some of the world's most epic sites. So you can see like wildlife in Kenya, the Northern Lights in Canada, the Scramble Crossing in Tokyo. And these are live streams. Okay. So it's not like, oh, there's a recording of it and you can watch a documentary about it. These are literally cameras that are set up that are live streaming in real time what is going on there. Okay. So you're literally just watching a scene in Kenya or watching a scene in Northern Canada or watching a scene in Tokyo. And you're seeing the actual people, crossing the street in Tokyo at this very time because it's a real live stream. So totally amazing. You can literally travel the world to some of these epic places from your living room with your kids. Super, super awesome. And there's a second link on how to take virtual tours of some of the world's most famous museums and other iconic sites. Okay. And so you can take virtual tours of really, really, really cool stuff. And it's all totally free. Okay, so we have those links for you there. And then the other part of keeping mental health as high as possible during this quarantine is virtually connecting with friends and being intentional about that, right? As we have more physical distancing, we actually need to increase our social connection through virtual connections with people. Okay, so we need to be doing those video calls and those video parties. I've done video dinner parties, and I have a section on here on the website about exactly how I do this and what I use. Okay, so I'll have, wine delivered. Okay, I'll show you where you can get that. Wine delivered to your house, order your favorite wines, and then set up a wine party with your friends. And then you have, I do Zoom calls every Tuesday night with a group that I traveled the world with for a year, with remote year, and we have 20 plus people. We're all on there with our wine, and we're just, reminiscing about stories and laughing for a few hours every Tuesday night. And that's amazing to help, uplift everybody's spirits. And that's just one example. I do dinner parties with people. I do coffee hours with people, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes one person, sometimes a dinner party with four, and things of that nature. But thinking about that, setting it up, and then ordering the right stuff. I give you a couple of the accessories that I use on here. I link to those. The on-bottle wine aerator, which will make your wine taste a lot better. The espresso maker that I use, it's a travel espresso maker. If you don't have an espresso maker in your house and you want to get a very compact travel espresso maker that actually makes real espresso, meaning it uses 16 bars of pressure and is not like a stovetop thing. It's actually a real espresso maker. Gives you the crema and all that kind of stuff. I have a link to the one that I use here. So then you can do your coffee hours or your wine parties virtually. And then the final section here on the resource page is how to make a positive impact during the pandemic from anywhere in the world. So I mentioned briefly the recent episode I did with Sean Tierney on that topic. And we have a link here to his organization called Charity Makeover, which organizes teams of volunteers from around the world, which could include you, to virtually contribute their unique skills as part of a coordinated effort to augment a designated set of charities in a single weekend. Okay, so these are people ranging from folks with highly technical skills to people literally just willing to do data entry or whatever needs to be done. Everybody comes together and they, are organized into a team that is making incredibly profound impacts on these charities in just a single weekend. So it's a way to really make an impact just using your skills, no money required. And it'll lift your own spirits as well to be working with a group to do positive things like that. So we have a link to that. And then also linking to the 22 Stars Foundation here, which was founded by Maverick Show guest Stella Aroldi. And that is a foundation that supports Ugandan children who live in extreme poverty, and most of whom have fled conflict zones. So many of them have lost their parents and things like that. And the foundation sends hundreds of these kids to good schools, and those schools provide them meals and all of that, does a whole bunch of additional stuff in the community as well. It's an amazing organization. So we're going to link here so you can check it out. But the foundation has recently been doing a big fundraising drive because with COVID-19, what happened is, of course, they had to shut the schools down as they have, in most places for health, safety reasons, obviously, which is the safe thing to do. But the problem is that now these kids don't go to school, then that means they don't get a meal for the day. Okay. So these kids don't have food to eat and all of that. All right. So they've been doing a big fundraising drive to try to make sure the kids are taken care of during COVID-19, have food to eat and all that kind of stuff. So we are linking up there so you can check that out. It's an amazing organization, some of the cutest kids you will ever see. And you can check that out if you'd like to contribute to that. All right. So you can find all of that at one place on our new resource page. It's just themaverickshow.com/resources. We are going to be expanding and adding to this page. And if there's anything that you'd like to see, any category of resources you'd like to have access to or learn more about, or topics you'd like to cover us on the podcast, please contact me and let us know. If you're not following me on Instagram, that's a very easy way to contact me. You can follow me personally at Matt Bowles Maverick. So at MattBowlesMaverick. Just follow me on Instagram at Matt Bowles Maverick. Send me a direct message there. Would love your feedback on the podcast and any additional topics you'd like us to cover there, or resources you'd like for us to try to find and add to the resource page for a category that you need help with or would like support with. So we'd love to hear from you. And if you have found value in the resource page, or you found value in any of the last 5 episodes that we've done, about the COVID-19 era skills and tactics and all that kind of stuff, please share those with other folks that you think could also find value with them. That's a major way that you can help to support the Maverick Show and help us grow our audience and help us reach more people. Any episodes that you hear that you think someone else could get value from, please share it with them, or just share it in general on your social media. That would mean a lot. And it also means a lot that you listen to the show. So thank you very much for that. And everybody, please stay safe and stay healthy. And again, the resource page to go to is www.themaverickshow.com/resources. And we'll leave it there. Good night, everybody.
Be sure to visit the show notes page at themaverickshow.com for direct links to all the books, people, and resources mentioned in this episode. You'll find all that and much more at themaverickshow.com.
If you like podcasts, you will love audiobooks, and you can get your first one for free at themaverickshow.com/audiobook. Whether you want the latest best-selling novels or books on investing, business, or travel, try your first audiobook for free at themaverickshow.com/audiobook.
Learn how Maverick Investor Group can help you buy cash flowing rental properties in the best U.S. real estate markets, regardless of where you live. Schedule a free phone consult today at themaverickshow.com/consult. Now you can buy rental properties with tenants and local property management in place, so you don't have to be a landlord or a rehabber. To get your questions answered and discuss how Maverick Investor Group can help you meet your real estate investing goals, schedule your free phone consult today at themaverickshow.com.